Freya? Yeah, Freya. Okay. It's happening again. Maybe Innocent does better this time. I don't think that was the case in the last game, but hey, this might work better. They have a different of a draft, but I still have to lean towards Alter Ego's draft here too. Just when you think you know them, they don't. Maybe that's why they have 3 masks.
Yeah. Well, I also feel like there is somewhat of a clear idea as to why they are trying to stick with the Baksha going up against the Leomord. It's just that execution-wise, Alter Ego tends to get really messy in a good way that they can't really complete the steps that are necessary for us to see what the idea is all about. Although in terms of mobility, it's still definitely going to be there.
Yo, big whiff by Sakai's there. Pops the retry and doesn't even get the camp. He will have it back up before Turtle, but still, the pressure is on, and you can see it in little things like that.
Yeah, they want to go ahead and push a lot of lanes too. A whole lot of concussive blasts here, of course. Again, this is Cram using the Sora in the XP lane with a concussive blast as well instead of the Brave Smite. Now, this is the problem with it. Like we saw on the Swiss stage, man, you know, Nino's got the Valentina with Brave Smite, Festival of Blood, and we saw before where that Valentina pick that took the Sora ultimates and everything else was the better Sora. You know, it was like cosplaying a better version, and Nino could potentially do that here depending on how this lane breaks out.
Yes.
Not only that, but I have to really commend Alec here. One of the most diverse roamers throughout the course of M7. Probably, he might even have the most unique hero picks himself in the roam specifically, but you know, because this is not a hero, like Guinevere is not a hero that does too well. I think it had an 18% win rate or so. Yeah. But you know, seeing Nino holding on to that ultimate, Turtle's up, they've got position in favor for them.
Yeah, and coupled with these heroes, right, you could see the synergies come into play, especially with the copied ultimate from Cram that Nino could potentially combo with Alec later on. But speaking of, Alec is low.
Ooh. Fury comes down, a lot of damage on Yasuke. Cram gets first blood. Now they're trying to respond though. A lot of damage on Yumes. Nino able to pick up the kill, but a response back. We're 2.5 minutes in and it's already 3 kills, 4 kills. Make it 5.
Oh, make it 4, baby.
Arfi, let's lock on to Sakai's here. Can he get the final shot? Sakai's just trying to get away. One more hit, and Arfi finds it. 4-2, a Turtle into the hands of SRG.
The Turtle not worth it, man. A lot of those kills went over to Alter Ego, and then you have 2 on Arfi now. So, again, they're going to find themselves in the same position as before, but even better of a start for Arfi.
Yeah, we might actually beat Game 1's record of number of kills in whatever number of minutes, because so far it's been action-packed. Even Cram this time around, compared to Game number 1, he's really trying to fight. And that's also mainly because you could say that he is on a Sora. He is the guy that's expected to do that, especially during those first few objective takes that you see. But so far, there's no significant lead just yet between any of these two. Probably the most for Alec, because you get to see him get poked down quite often. And it's not him landing the spatial migrations all the time, but I don't think that's going to be completely necessary, because you could rely on other members of Alter Ego to just follow up, even though you miss.
Oh, the 1v1, and Cram wins it out.
All right, you're not better than me yet, basically, is what Cram said. Interesting that they just kind of battled out there, but that's what to expect. And with this, all right, they keep it together.
Yeah, so far everything's still going good for Alter Ego Esports here, although compared to the past rotations we've seen from them, there hasn't been much towards the top lane. So Innocent and RP, they're still relatively free, but despite that, it's interesting to see that RP is on a 2-0 already.
It's really interesting too with the, you know, every time the Zetian gets picked up, it's not entirely a dead lane in the mid lane, but it's more so like most mages cannot go against the range that the Zetian has over them. So you more so are kind of just stuck there waiting.
Oh, nice flicker with the Violent Requiem in the knockup, and in comes Yasuke, trying to clean things up. Graham is able to get away though. Alter Ego gonna clear the wave and move up onto the Turtle.
Huge for Selangor Red Giants. Cram is still alive though without the flicker. Alter Ego.
Gun onto Alec. Sakai's looking for another shot. Alec forced to run away. Now Hijime and Nino on the way. Yasuke does not have the Phantom Steed just yet, but he is still gonna start this Turtle.
Okay, Nino is gonna go take that ultimate, then they just call off the Turtle for now, while they go ahead and reset, grab the buffs that they need, especially for Yasuke. And you notice in the last fight that we saw, Yasuke got blitzed, so at some point you got to be able to go ahead and maneuver around that for the way that SRG is taking these fights. So look at the control of Alter Ego, man. They pretty much just won that objective by just taking control around it.
Yep, and they will continue to pressure Sakai's. They got it.
Get it. Sakai's is no. Who did get it? I'm looking for the orange buff right now, and I do not see it. Yasuke pulls up with it, able to get the Violent Requiem, and Yasuke gets the kill. Yumes in the midst of 4 members can't survive at a double kill. Over to Yasuke.
I guess that confirms Yasuke actually got away the orange buff. So Sakai's now down 2 deaths and is literally being... Oh, okay, that's a passive from Stormy. They're not gonna finish off that kill, but yeah.
I think it's purple too.
All resources almost gone for you.
Yeah. Oh, Stormy.
Stormy got it.
Oh.
Sorry, I knew Yasuke didn't get it.
Okay.
All right, back to reality.
Well, flicker used. At least it's on SRG side.
Yeah.
Still, nonetheless, they've really got to be able to go ahead and deal with what's being thrown at them. It was great playing around the objective by Alter Ego, but then even though when they decided to put pressure on the jungle of SRG, there wasn't much of a response. Even looking at the items, again, they're not really where they need to be in terms of like fighting pressure. You've got a Radiant Armor, a couple leg plates over here across the board for more of the tankier members of SRG. DHS is there for Innocent. Obviously, he's still working on that second item, trying to build up here. But more so, he's just kind of farming up. He doesn't have to do anything fancy until he gets to that point. And as we always say with Claude, that's kind of like that. It's that card that you have in the later portion of the game, the mid game, late game, especially when the Trinity is there. And as long as Innocent can farm up, that's great for him. But more so, like we've seen, when a Freya is across from you, that's not everything, right? And at the same time, Alter Ego continues to build up.
Jermaine just got that Sky Piercer in the way he's been playing. It might be big. The backside, Cram able to get the Shifting Clouds. The Fury comes down and the stun doesn't matter. Sakai's now moving on to Yasuke, but Yasuke's still up. Cram getting low. In comes Arfi, diving on top of Sakai's. Arfi looking for the kill as Cram falls short on the top side of the fight. But in comes the Blazing Duet, and Innocent is immobilized. There's nothing he can do. Yasuke stomps forward.
And they lose 4 members of SRG in that fight. Alter Ego is just making it all work.
Yep, without Stormy there first, it was a massive problem here for SRG. Cram too decided to continue what was started. He was split up, he was separated from the rest of the members, but Alter Ego had enough damage to deal with him. Now when they decided to shift, even when Innocent was there, even when there was a decent amount of damage coming in from the Blazing Duet, you know how Alter Ego plays. They're just all over the place, so nowhere is safe, not even with the BMI.
Man, not even, oh no, they're gonna go again.
The lock on. Hijime able to get some nice chip damage and they're all brought back. Yasuke low and he gets the kill on the Yumes. Alex is trying to get away with the Fury of the Phoenix. Bashes them down in the bottom side. Keeping our eyes on Nino.
Oh!
He finds the kill onto Stormy and it's nothing but Innocent standing.
The fight looked so good for a second for SRG, but they lose 4 again, back to back.
Nino on this Valentina who's, I don't know, he's been using more of the Sora ultimates than Cram has ever did. And we have to take a look at the instant replay to see how things actually broke out. So if you were to focus on Innocent, definitely it looked really okay because it was coupled with the crowd control that Cram was actually able to use on the Sora. But those last minute dodges from the Fury of the Phoenix and this tanky mode that you get to see from Nino in the Shifting Clouds.
That's what I'm saying, that minor adjustment and not getting hit by the Fury of the Phoenix. Oh, traction pull is thrown out, man. AE is not letting up at all. They want to go ahead and take the buffs if they can. And I think SRG really wants to keep this side of the jungle.
Oh, big dive from Arfi! And the knockup as well with a Violent Requiem. A beautiful Shifting Clouds comes in. And now members are dropping on each side. Arfi though still standing strong. He takes him down. And Sekai's will be the last to drop. Yasuke with a triple. And Arfi gets thrown the other 2.
Yeah, a couple fell from Alter Ego, but man, oh man. SRG just keeps throwing their bodies into a wall, and that wall is Alter Ego.
And now, how unfortunate is it for SRG that it's Arfi and Yasuke who are still left alive at that moment? No one could hold them down. Who could you expect to actually dish out the crowd control. There was Cram, he was there, but he used majority of it to set up multiple members of Alter Ego, which we thought would already look good for them, but Yazuke and RP just walked past all of that.
Oh, another violent Requiem. But in the backside, Yazuke doesn't care about the bullet. Nice! He's gonna smash right through! And a nice RP on Stormy. There's no escaping back on the other side. Hijime finds Cram. And Set Guys is all alone once again!
Alter Ego has done it time and time again. They'll do it for the third time. They'll make their way to this bottom turret as Yumes has to watch.
Gonna force it again. No Holy Shields. They've already taken out the mid and bottom lane. Holy Shields, it's Yumes alone!
Alter Ego have been playing too long today, but Innocent's gonna come out. Alter Ego's forced to back off. And Yazuke takes the Lord. First Lord of the game. And Inhibitor's already broken.
Dude, at this point for SRG, I would almost just say, man, like, I mean, think about how many team fights there's been. And I would be thinking, man, we have this, but then all of a sudden we don't. And that's in a weird position to be in because your biggest damage dealer, which is usually the Claude like we mentioned, well, Purify was used, by the way. The Purify is gone now for Innocent, and Lord is making its way down bot.
Yeah.
This is going to be even tougher. He's going to have to rely on some defensive items and fancy footwork to make this work. They're going to go for the base. Holy Shields pop. RP jumping for Yumes as that top shield is going to pop as well.
Yeah.
But now with the Lord making its way down bottom, how does SRG defend this? They are 12,000 gold behind. And this has been a dominant game for Alter Ego Esports.
They have range. They could definitely take advantage of that, but not if they're dive like this.
RP once again. And a nice shifting clouds, anything that Cram to do to save the team. But it's not gonna be enough. Yazuke brought low, Stormy able to try to do something. Oh, we're still standing! And Nino cleans them up! They lock on to the base and Alter Ego take us to match point!